I used to have voices.
Okay.
I used to have people.
Do you see dead people
talking
to me? Okay. Like I was so scared.
Okay, guys. So y'all have any like superstitions or anything in y'all islands? I'm pretty sure you do, but
I feel like we all do. It's
Yes.
just
I feel like a lot of them are similar.
yeah.
we have the Chikchani.
Yeah.
That's y'all thing though.
So the Chikchani is supposedly this owl that is 3 feet or something like that. It has 3 eyes and 3 toes, and it hang upside down
Yes.
from the tree. It on Andros.
Actually, you know what's funny
It's on
though?
a specific
The
road?
island.
Chukchani is based on a real life animal that used to live in the Bahamas before white people came and killed him off. They used to be.
He knows more than I do.
I was like, I didn't know it was real.
No, there used to be a 5 foot tall owl that did live on the Bahamas.
I always thought it was just fake, like
Yeah.
But
folklore.
that's what it was based off of.
And
They
when
used
it supposedly it could turn your head backwards or something, or then
Yeah.
sometimes you would hear someone say, "Oh, it would grab you in the night," and
It was,
just like,
it was made to seem like this kind of like ghost or
Yeah.
like some type of
like
thing.
you don't
You don't
see
get
it,
What
and
is
then-
the superstition around it then, or is it just like
It's
a
just
scary
a scary
It's something
thing.
to scare you.
Yeah.
It's a cryptic creature, you know. Like we have.
Well, like,
so
how
many-
they have Bigfoot and like Sasquatch and all of that. That
Like
was
wait,
our
yeah,
thing.
I know y'all have to have the same as us because we have what Sukuna, or you call Sukoyant. Yes, you know them, Jack. The Sukuna is like an old woman during the day, but then at night she take off the skin and put it on the top of a silk cotton tree and she fly around as a ball of fire and suck people blood.
Oh, we have one. Wait,
Yes.
no, not like that. We have one with this guy, right? He's still alive. This one guy, they say he'd turn into a dog, right? He'd turn into a dog and like go in people farms and stuff and kill the animals. You know, the guy.
Yes.
He live up by Greenland.
Y'all
I hate
giving
a
up
driver.
people whole addresses.
Yeah, he live at Greenland. Because you say you can't talk about
You're
him.
talking about who I think you're talking about?
The man in the motorcycle.
B, this man is real.
Yes, he's alive for true. And then somebody tell me one time they was walking downtown and they were saying, "Oh, that's the man who turned into a dog." He was on the other side of the street, and as soon as they said that, he turned and looked at them because he has like a
What
dog
the hell?
hearing.
I want to describe him, but
Don't.
Can't
Because
do
I
that.
got to go back home.
nightmares.
But
what
anyway,
are you talking about?
I got to go back home. But okay, like actual superstitions, there is one that they say. If you get a baby, you can't tell people the baby's name before you christen the baby, or people could take the name to like the Obia man and stuff like that. So what people usually do is
What
they
is Obia?
Obia
can't be serious.
black
You know what is
magic.
Obea?
I know.
Like
No,
black
do not
magic,
describe
right?
Obia
I
as
feel
black
like they know what is
magic.
Obea.
Do not
what has-
describe Obia
so
as
what
black
has happened
magic.
a lot of the times is people will give their babies to St. Kitts like nicknames and stuff like that. And it happened to my dad too. They gave my dad this fake name, and it was Stefra, and he didn't know it wasn't his real name until he had to get his birth certificate when he was getting married to my mom. Wow. So my mom thought, and he thought this whole time his name was Stefra, but no, it was really just Norton, or he didn't even know that either.
Wait, his whole life?
Yes, his whole life.
When he went to school, like they registered him
as
under.
Stefra.
Oh, that's
Oh Lord.
I don't know if this is just a Caribbean thing or whatever, but it was like you can't wear your ring finger on your, like if you wear
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
ain't married, you can't wear
Yes, or
it
you're not-
unless you ain't gonna get
nothing
married.
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
That's why nothing over there. Or you can't let your foot get sweep, or you don't get married.
Yeah.
You can't eat out of a pot, or you're not gonna get married. I don't know why we're so obsessed with marriage.
I know about that one.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
know
even
about
roll
if they
You
pot.
can't
your
eat
foot
out
or
of
you
a pot.
mop.
If you cook, you can't
I
eat
know
out
that
of the
one.
pot
Yeah.
itself.
Oh yeah, they used to say too, like if you mock, I don't know if this is a Caribbean thing. If you mock somebody who is like who has a deficiency, you can
Yes.
end up like them. Or
You
you
end
can
up
No,
like
they used to
that.
say your child, if you
Your
don't have
chi- if
any
you-
children,
Yeah.
your child will end up like
Yeah,
that.
if you're pregnant especially, and you see like death or like anything like that, you'll be like mean to people or whatever, your child gonna
I
come
like
out,
that
like,
one though. I like that one.
I don't know.
That one is
There's
different.
only,
I like that.
Yes.
If anyone
Yeah.
hear about this one, where there's like, if a pregnant woman don't let her comb your hair or something like that, because your hair will fall out. Like my mommy never used to let me go by anyone to
know
get my
that
hair
one.
fixed if they was pregnant, and I was like, what? And it was always
I've never heard that.
I've never heard.
And
that
then I
one.
finally went by this woman who was pregnant. I didn't even know she was pregnant because she
Did you
didn't show
fall
her
out?
belly. Like her belly wasn't showing, and I got like a bald spot in the back, and I feel like that was more because my mommy had that in her head that it was like cast on to me. I was like,
But
what?
no, there's another one that if a green grasshopper comes in your house, that means somebody's going to die. Oh, and if dogs are howling or whatever, let's say that your neighbor dog
They
howling
say
or
once a
whatever.
moth like outside your door, that means death at your door.
Death, yeah.
Yeah,
Death.
like you know the dog laying, you know
the
somebody
black
gonna
moth,
die.
them big black
Black
moth.
Yeah.
butterfly thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hate
That-
And then if the green lizard or something in the front of your door,
Somebody pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah.
For us,
And
it's
if you
not
see a
green lizard, it's wood
centipede,
slave,
if you see a centipede, like you know, coming around you, that means you're pregnant. I heard that one all the time, which that one they usually end up being true.
Which
Oh,
one?
and if your hand itch, you
The
can get
centipede.
money. If
Yeah,
your
well,
hand
if
itch, you get
and
money.
if your air ringing,
I need to itch my
Listen,
hand more.
anytime
boy.
my
If your
hand
air-
itching, I'm like,
yeah,
so
or like if your
money,
air
yeah.
hot,
Okay.
Yes.
that means somebody talking about you if your air
Yeah.
hot,
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
or burning.
My ear was burning on the way here. What y'all was saying? I was late today. What y'all was saying? Because my ear was this one over here.
You're always beautiful.
Anyway, if you put your bag on the floor,
you don't get no money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
lose money. Yes.
My bag stay on the floor.
That's why.
That's why I broke. Anyway, let me
You
start
ever hear
speaking like
if you're going inside your house, you're supposed to turn around before you go
Yes.
inside. Otherwise, zombie gonna
Zombie gonna follow you. Walk
In your
backwards
house.
into your house.
What is Jumbie?
That was jumpy.
Jumbi is a ghost.
Jumbie,
A
Jumbie,
Jumbi, a duppy, a ghost, a spirit.
I
Some
thought
kind of
everybody
thing.
that said Jumbie.
No, it's just us.
Well,
Ghost,
shout out
just a
Kitty
ghost.
Yeah, it's like a duppy.
This is a good one too. I don't know if other people have it, like the death pinches. Y'all never had it? Like they say, like you ever wake up with a bruise,
With like a bruise on you.
with a bruise on your skin. If you wake up with a bruise on the skin, and the closer it is to your heart, that means the closer the person is to you who's gonna die. So I woke up with death pinches, guys.
You better make sure.
And I found out it was on my legs.
Yeah,
And like
I had one. I'm in like
2 days later, I found out that an uncle that I wasn't really close with, he died. So I was like, oh my God, he's not close to me. He's on my leg. It's true. And then I got one.
I'm not laughing at this death,
my
but it's
sister-
like he's on my leg.
On my leg.
And
He's
then
not close to me.
my sister woke up with a death pinch on her chest, and like 2 days later, we found out my grandfather died. Wow. Yeah, that's
So
that's
is it just like a bruise, like a
you wake up,
scratch?
no, you
A
wake
bruise,
up
like a
with blood bruises on you. And
Oh, I don't know about all
I had
that.
one on my
Ooh,
leg.
child, like,
Who
I need
died?
to watch
I
my
wonder.
bruises, man. That's
yeah.
crazy.
So the closer it is to your heart, the closer that the person is to you that's gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. I woke up with blood bruises, and I was just like,
You know
oh,
what? It's when
hell.
you believe these things.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what
That's
it
it.
happened.
Because
But
my
what's the-
parents
what-
never used to talk about like superstitions in the house, so my parents never used to actually tell us.
Yeah,
these
I
things.
don't
But if
really
you
know.
But
believe
what's the thing
it,
about if you dream about fish?
Self-fulfilling
It's not
If you dream about
Yeah,
fish, you're pregnant.
yeah.
too.
That's
If you
that's
believe
that's.
it,
I feel like that's a
happen.
general black people thing though. That's not nothing like
Wow.
specific to the Caribbean.
Dream about fish?
Dream about fish. That means
Yeah,
somebody
you're
pregnant.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Eh.
What else was there?
Me no know.
This
What
isn't
else?
really a superstition, but this one was like
Ooh.
the folklore with the mermaid, Molly the mermaid in
Oh,
Exhumed.
I was
Okay,
waiting
y'all
for
have
this.
mommy, no, Molly the Mermaid. We have Mommy Water.
So apparently, there's two stories. Either she was an old slave that drowned, or she was a
Yes.
white woman what died and turned to me. But
She
either
that
way,
slave, she was a
either
slave
way, it's
master.
the woman.
I don't understand.
Who flipping knows? Either way, she's a
Owned them,
woman
or she was what? Okay.
that died, and she haunts the beach in the night. And I'm like, who the fuck going to the beach in the night? So who she haunting?
Okay. Well, okay. What happened?
That's it. Like
That's the
that's-
story.
Like, that's it.
But yeah,
No
us,
one
we-
knows.
For us, we have Mommy Water. Mommy Water is like she kind of a mermaid, right? It's a y'all know Papa Boas. Papa Boss is not really for Antigua, mostly for like St. Lucia and Trinidad and thing, and like Dominica. But Papa Boss is like the man of the forest. So he protect the forest. You know, if you go in the forest and you mash up the tree and then he go and chop you or something like that. Right? Whereas Mommy Water is like she's mostly for fishermen. You know, if fishermen are defiling the ocean in some way, you know, they polluting it or whatever. She will come and she will appear to you as a naked woman swimming in the water to lure them in and she could drown. Oh, she could drown them and kill them. But yeah, we have that. Do y'all have oh god, is it Lagahu?
We don't have none of these things.
Yeah.
So
I heard of a story called Anansi or something like that.
Anansi! Yo, I grew up on Anansi bar.
I don't know about this one. Tell me.
Anansi.
Anansi
It's
the
a
spider
spider.
man.
The spider.
Get
It's
out.
a powerful.
Anansi the
Get
spider
out.
man,
He's
the
like, get
greatest
out.
trickster and
Get
liar
out.
that ever lived.
Yes.
Get out.
Tabs, honestly,
Nobody
that's-
never
You
told
have
about
to- wow,
Anansi the
I'm shocked.
man.
You don't need this.
You just
So
leave.
y'all
Just
ain't
leave.
gonna tell me.
I like Willem telling stories. Tell her the story about Anansi.
there's so many stories of Anansi. Anansi is a Spider-Man. He is so originally this story is from like Africa, whatever that was carried over. But so Anansi is this trickster. He is like the god of being like of connery and all kind of thing, right? So he does go and he does trick everybody. Like there's one famous story that I think most people know about Anansi, where he does go. He trying to get somebody oxtail. Right, like the witch has a cow and he trying to get the woman cow tail or whatever. So he put nettle all on the cow or something, and I'm trying to remember exactly. He put nettle on the cow or something, and then the cow goes to hide itself and like rub its bottom on the grass or whatever, and then he chop off the tail, all kind of stuff. Right.
This is a story that y'all mad that I don't know. What the fuck?
Yes,
There's like
so many
They use stories
stories.
like you know how like we use Babuki and Barabi to talk about just stories. So like he's one of them where they just use
And Nancy is one of the pinnacles of West Indian folklore. I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know that one.
Oh my girl, come back to the line, please.
But there was another superstition in St. Kitts too, that if your child have hiccups, you put matchsticks in the ear. In a cross. And then it's supposed to
That's
cure the
very
hiccups.
foolish.
I don't. People that's doing for true.
For some of the people from like the out islands, they would put like paper or something and stick it right. Like they lick the paper and then they just stick it there. I've never seen it work. I've never seen it work. Like I tried it, but it didn't work.
I don't know. I don't know if that's just a black thing or a Caribbean thing, but my auntie used to tell me like as a child, like as a baby, the best time to form your head, like they used to form your head as a baby, because your skull's still soft. So then, my auntie used to tell me she used to legitimately be pressing on my forehead as a baby and pressing down on my nose.
If you feel like some baby's hair, like you could feel it like really thin in the back.
Yes.
My auntie used to tell me she used to basically mold my head
like you have some people
as a baby because your head's still basically malleable.
They never used to like deliberately
They used to
flatten
flatten their foreheads and stuff.
No, it's the top of the head used to flatten. It's flatten the top.
Oh,
but like have you ever actually felt like a baby when they?
You're not supposed to be playing with that shit.
You're not supposed to be playing with a baby's
head.
head.
But they do. But they do.
What y'all on, babe? Wow.
The baby, the black scrunchie or the black tie around to ward off like the evil spirit.
Yeah. Putting on like a black
But also,
something around the wrist.
one of the evil spirits is y'all mommy and so never have a lemon slice in them purse.
No.
What?
A lemon. My mom used to put lemon slice in my backpack and so all the time.
I know.
A lemon slice.
I
or
know
Jumbi
some
bead.
people used to put like not lemon, but I think it was lemon. They used to cut it up and put it like on the thing to protect spirits. Or they put something outside your door.
We used to do rice. So what happened
Rice
is you
and
put
salt.
rice, outside on your
I think
window
I've
or
heard about the
whatever.
salt.
So then the duppy
Yeah.
or the
They have to
jumpy,
count
have
them
to count it.
before
You know,
they come inside.
count before they come in.
What the?
Have to count each grain. That's
And so what? When I finish counting, what
I guess
happened?
by the next morning we
By the time
They
it's
gone?
morning, then, you know, it's
How
morning
much rice
time.
they used to put outside the door?
Y'all have money, boy.
Really had some stories. I lived a wild life.
But like,
Mountain, oh fuck, 99, 100. Okay, finish. Let me in.
I feel like the idea
Was there like an
But
endless
like-
supply of rice? Like,
Yeah.
come
I don't know.
on. Wow.
Some of the stories don't even make sense.
At
What they
all.
tell
it's
you.
just superstition. For y'all, for Jumbi, right, or Duppy.
Mm-hmm.
For us, we just say that Jumbi and so just live in the silk cotton tree.
I never hear that. Jumpy.
Just
Jumbi
so
just everywhere.
no, we say that Jumbi just
everywhere.
live in silk cotton. And you know about Laja Bless?
No.
Why I know all these things? The devil woman, Laja Bless is the devil woman, and she have one foot that is a donkey foot and one foot that's made of metal.
What are
Right, and one of them, I think, one of them is backwards. she have a donkey foot. I don't know if the donkey foot is metal and one foot is backwards or something, right? And then she just walk down the road and she just seduce you and then she carry off in the bush.
With a
But she doesn't think that's why she's seducing me with a donkey foot.
With a donkey foot and a metal.
Wow.
That's mine.
That's what I want. That's my type. Yeah.
Wow.
Real bushman, eh?
That's why you know all these stories, eh?
Maybe
Yeah,
so.
but
When people have sleep paralysis, they say it's Jumbi holding you down.
Yes.
I believe in that. I
We
still
call it
believe
getting
that.
high. I honestly used to
Jumpy
get
pressing
high
you.
every night for the last like 3 years, 2 years ago. Honestly, I used to stay getting high. That's one thing I could swear by.
I never had
I
sleep
used
paralysis.
to.
Yeah, I remember you used to wake up the next morning and you'd be like,
I used to go in this girl's room to sleep, and I have to have somebody holding
Like-
my hand because, like, literally,
I used to get so tired because it was like, I don't get my bed to myself.
And the thing thing is, they would say like you paralyzed, you can't move.
Yeah, and you can't scream.
And like it's really just a heaviness on your chest. I used to have voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to hear people.
Do you see dead people
talking
to me? Okay, like I was so scared, and I used to talk to my daddy. I used to tell my parents.
So imagine me used to wake up to this gal next to me.
I used to tell my parents, and they'd be like, "Oh, just pray it off," and I'm like, "No, this ain't nothing to pray off. Like literally, like something is happening to me. Everything is prayed away." Oh my god.
I mean.
Well, I used to get those when I was very little, and my mommy used to. Okay. Y'all never get that. My mom used to like put jumbi beads around the bed.
What is jumbi? What
the spirits like
jumbi beads, the black and red beads. They look black and red. They look like peas. Honestly, they look like black and red peas. They look a tiny one, so yeah. They said those like are the eyes of the jumbi. So you put them around the bed or whatever, and it just ward off the spirit or outside your front door. So
y'all ever hear that if you play with your shadow, it's gonna come and haunt you?
That's what makes it so
it's gonna come and drag you at night. So if you
that made no sense because children play with their shadow all the time.
I was actually scared of that. Like I never used to play with my shadow because like I'm getting dragged in the middle of the night.
I mean, you still get I mean, if you get no land.
I still don't do it. I still don't do it. I still don't do it.
Y'all,
you probably should have played with them, and now this wouldn't happen.
I still would not play with my shadow. I swear to God.
Your shadow boss, you have your shadow always
with you. Like wow, like she can't even look over her shoulder.
Think of it though. Like I used to actually think of my shadow as a person. So like when I
it is a person.
I used to be like, wait, this is actually a thing, and this shit could literally when I'm laying down at night just looking over me like, you think shit's sweet?
That's like looking in the mirror and thinking your reflection and slap the shit out of you.
Like what the hell?
Tabby, you gotta do better than that.
That's one thing. Oh, and I don't know if this is a black thing or if it's a Caribbean thing as well. The whole Bloody Mary thing. If you say Bloody Mary,
I've never done it just because
I terrified the fuck.
I was like, I'm not about to be the one to find out if she real or not.
I said Bloody Mary twice to the mirror and I started sweating.
My brother used to do that. I used to be in the mirror and he'd come in the back of me and say Bloody Mary, and I'd run away because I'm like, that was catch me 3 times, bro.
Like you know, there's one thing you just don't play with, and Bloody Mary was one nobody wanted to find out.
Don't do that.
I think that's just everybody thing. I don't think
you tried it.
Been there.
I ain't
glad someone else.
I can have to take your word for it because it'll never be me.
The village I used to live in Antigua, we had a thing where I don't think it was just like all around Antigua, but like if you break glass bottles in the cemetery, all the ghosts from the cemetery go haunt you for the rest of your life. That's what we did say.
I remember
like,
if they say
like if you break glass bottles or if your phone ring when you're in the cemetery, they go haunt you. Yeah, you can wake them up and they go haunt you.
No, I know they used to tell us don't point at the graveyard because your finger go rotten off.
Yes.
And I remember driving by on the Eastern Road, and I always used to do this. And my grandma finally said, 3 fingers pointing back at you, and I was like, huh?
That's what they say.
My grandma's like 3 fingers are pointing back at you, so I was like,
I hate when they say that. Yeah, they always do that, boy. They always say that thing.
They used to stay scaring kids.
Yes,
that's terrible. I don't know why we were raised like that, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another thing I think as well was some of the cemetery, like at night, they always walking around, like the spirits of the spirits in the day always walking around at night. So they was like, don't go to the cemetery at night.
And I never walk through the graveyard.
I lived 2 houses down from the cemetery. When I tell you, I used to be afraid, boy. I would be in my house. Because all these people just walk to the cemetery because you have to walk to the cemetery to go from this side of the road to down by my house unless you want to drive around. So if you just walk in, nobody go walk all the way out. Right? So people be walking down the cemetery and look at me, was like, oh look, the dead walking around.
I would never know peace if I was living next to a cemetery.
I didn't.
I feel like every noise I hear outside, I feel like that was someone waking up.
It's a jumpy deal.
Yeah.
I used to be scared of spirits growing up, bro. That was my thing.
Wait. I realize we haven't addressed it. How many of y'all actually believe in spirits?
I just want to say I don't believe in them.
I believe in good spirits. I don't believe in the whole possession thing. If you know what I'm talking about, like what is it called? Paranormal activity.
Yeah, I
don't believe in that. I believe in like people, like good spirits lingering around and stuff like that. I don't necessarily believe in paranormal.
I have a feeling William's answer is yes.
I don't know,
What? Mr. Bushman don't know.
I have a story though. I have a fucking story. I remember playing, and I swear to God. No, I remember my my parents had this story that a lady died in our house, right? An old lady at that before I was born. So like I literally didn't know much. They just
be saying this the old lady.
They used to just say, oh, she is inhabited the house or whatever, stuff like that. Yo, no exaggeration. I slept with the door open one night. I don't know why, because I literally always have my door closed. But one night I got up in the middle of the night.
I ain't playing this
and
game.
there was a white
I ain't playing this game.
woman.
I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game.
dress
I ain't playing it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Door.
I don't like it.
You sure your brothers wasn't playing
I
no
don't
game
like
on
it.
you?
I don't like it.
Everybody was sleeping in the house.
Okay.
There was a
Let me
white
tell y'all,
woman.
right?
What if the woman used to possess you while she was high? And come
She
on.
was
Moving
hearing
on.
voices. She was the one hiding my ass.
She said she's hearing
Bro,
voices.
She used to use
I
your
ain't
body.
playing this
And the thing
game.
is, I told my Grammy, right? I told my Grammy, because my Grammy is like the spiritual one or
I ain't
whatever.
playing this
I told
game.
her about it. And she was like, that may be the lady. And I
ain't
did
playing
not
it.
know a lady died in my house before I know she died in my house. She's like, that's
know.
probably the lady that died in the house.
But let me tell you,
Playing
right?
games on you.
I see it with my own eyes. I saw it with my own eyes.
I ain't playing this game.
I live in an old plantation.
I don't want to
house.
hear it. I
So
don't want to
the
hear it.
slaves.
I sleep in the same room the slaves and them used to sleep. My wall is a stone wall. In the wall is a tombstone that they had used to make part of the stone wall. Mark on 1643 or something.
You okay, bro?
So let me tell you, right? And I always swear.
People in the room with tombstone.
You just hear things creaking, boy. And you hear like
supposed to be just
always
speaking
sound like
superstitions
footsteps.
when y'all doing.
Yeah. We
Yes.
getting on paranormal activity now.
I ain't
but
playing
still.
this game with you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say I don't know. I don't want to say yes, but at the same time, like I cannot watch a paranormal movie. And I feel like if I didn't truly have some kind of if I didn't have any doubts at all, it wasn't real.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
You know, I could
can't
actually
watch
watch a
movies.
paranormal movie
can't.
and like nothing.
I
I would
have a-
laugh the whole.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So like,
I would laugh the whole.
Tabby
movie.
have a question.
I have a question.
She had a lot.
Bitch. Anyway, so y'all think y'all would carry that on to like y'all kids?
No.
Yes, I would
Yes.
tell them so they
You
could
ain't
still
telling
have
them
their
nothing.
roots.
Yeah, I
come
mean,
back
'cause
home.
I feel like even
That's
though we
exactly
even
what I
though
They're gonna Nancy and stuff. I mean,
even
telling
though
me
we
kids
know
was
these things aren't real, will we
No.
pass them on?
I
feel
would.
like it's more like something like to keep in
I
your
too
tradition.
scared.
I think
Yes.
just as
I-
stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the stories.
Yes.
I want them to see the culture and what I
Yes.
not
Yeah.
everything I experienced, but like
Yeah, they don't have to.
talking-
They don't have to
yeah.
believe, but they have to know.
Talking about this, I'm actually interested. Like, I'm ready to go hit up my Grammy right now and be like, "What are all the stories?" 'Cause it's
Yes.
actually
so
kind of
I
fun to
actually
know.
was talking to my
want to
grandma because
know.
she grew up on Long Island. She was telling me about the mermaid in the blue hole or whatever, and she's like, "Don't let the mermaid find out you eat fish because she can take you." And I was like, "What? She can take you? So what? You
Take
telling
me
her you
where?
don't eat fish? What does that do?" Say she would go away, and I was like, "So because you eat fish, she take you?"
You eat fish?
Yes. And then she's like, "Don't let her get a piece of the tongue."
I don't understand.
Like, so we could just answer mermaid they eating fish.
I don't understand.
You like fish?
Yes.
And if you say no, she's like, "All right then,
Never
never mind."
mind. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I get you next time.
And make one. Make.
Clone you.
Yeah, she can make one.
Sis,
of you in the
sis,
morning.
Professor
I
X,
told y'all
the
that
mermaid
shit,
being
so y'all would be
Professor X.
vegan. Like the vegans really out here in the
Exactly the
numbers,
way you
dog.
say.
Like
I
they
eat
really,
sweet potatoes and rice. That's all.